Alright, we're looking at section 6.2, one-to-one functions and inverse functions. We're given, suppose f of x is equal to 5x minus 3, and we want to find f of x plus 3 divided by 5. Alright, so this, what we're given is function notation. Alright, so we're given that f of x is equal to 5x minus 3. And then we want to, I guess I missed half of that, huh? We want to find f of x plus 3 divided by 5. Alright, so if you look at comparison, x is going to get replaced with this. So over here, this x is going to get replaced with this. So f of x plus 3 minus 5 is equal to 5. In the place of x, we're going to do x plus 3 divided by 5. And then add that minus 3. So it's the same equation. We just replace x with whatever is here. And then when we apply or start to simplify, when you multiply by 5 and divide by 5, those are opposites. So they just pretty much divide each other out. And you're left with x plus 3 minus 3. Alright, and then positive 3, negative 3 cancel out and give you x. Alright, so this is what we get. That's equal to x. Whenever you plug in a function and you end up with x, that means that these two functions are inverses. This function and this are inverse of each other. Alright, so number 2, okay, this looks kind of messy, but it's not as bad as it looks, guarantee you. I don't even know if I can see the full problem there. It just says simplify. Let me see if I can focus this a little bit better. Looks a little blurry. That's better. There we go. Alright. So it just says simplify. Alright, so we have 1 over x minus 1 all divided by 1 over x squared minus 1. And then these little tidbits over here are just kind of reminding you that x cannot be negative 1. Alright, if it is, then we would get 0. X cannot be 0, can't have 0 on the bottom, and x cannot be 1. Okay, all of those will give us a 0 on the bottom. Negative 1 squared will give you 1, 1 minus 1, 0. The whole thing will be 0. Put the 0 down there, you got 0 in the denominator, and 1. So that's just kind of reminding you that you can't divide by 0. Alright, so this looks messy. A fraction inside of a fraction inside of a whole big old fraction. It works out really nicely. What you need to do is look at the two denominators. So there's a denominator in the numerator. There's a denominator in the denominator. We need to find the least common multiple of those two. Alright, so this one has 2 x's, this one has 1. So, I'm sorry, the least common multiple, which is the least common denominator, would be x squared. If you just multiply this one by x, they would be the same. Alright, so instead of just multiplying this one by x and getting the same, we're going to multiply by x squared. That's what they would be the least common multiple if you multiply it. So that means we're going to multiply this top by x squared, and we're going to multiply this by x squared. So we're multiplying by x squared on top and bottom. So when we do that, we're actually distributing that to both terms, this term and this term. Alright, so when we multiply, let me just do it. We'll get x squared over x, and then minus x squared, and then on the bottom we'll get x squared divided by x squared, and then minus x squared. Alright, so what happens? This simplifies. One of these x's will divide out, so you're just left with x. So on the top, we're just left with the 1x minus x squared. And then on the bottom, x squared divided by x squared is 1. So we're just left with 1 minus x squared. Alright. Now I'm going to wrap around because I'm running out of room. So I'm going to rewrite what I have. X minus x squared over 1 minus x squared. Alright. We're going to factor. So both of these we can pull out an x on the top. So pull out an x. That will leave me with 1 minus x. So divide x from both of those. We'll get that. And then that's what we have left. On the bottom, this is difference of squares. You can look at this as 1 squared. Okay? And 1 squared is still 1. So we got two perfect squares. When we factor that, we get 1 plus x and 1 minus x. Alright. The 1 minus x will divide out on the top and the bottom, leaving us with x divided by 1 plus x. And that will be our final answer. A lot of people want to divide the x in here, but whatever you divide out, it has to be like multiplied through by everything. So I could divide this out because this was all multiplied, but this is added together, so I can't just divide that out. It has to come out of everything. So final answer will be x divided by 1 plus x.